was just to get into that mindset of somebody that just has to survive, and that has very, certainly with a contemporary outlook, you would see as very simple wants. That was really, really amazing.
It's Jimmy.
How's it going, guys?
Hey, how are you?
You're the first person that we can see.
Oh, really? Well, that's surprising. Yeah. Listen, I'm almost feeling like I'm in a new world. My hair's growing out. I can't control it anymore.
It's very nice to be able to see you. We've been talking to people that we can't see, which although it's been pleasant, it's very nice to be on an equal playing field with yourself, sir.
Yeah. Perfect. I'm glad I can provide that. How is it like? Is this kind of weird still, or are you guys getting used to this virtual kind of lifestyle? I mean, we'd ideally be in person talking right now, but what has it been like, the adjustment? Everything happened so quick.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Yeah. Human to human contact is missing for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would much rather be sitting at a table with these guys and, I don't know.
I think sometimes as well, like you miss. I mean, I know we can see each other now, but so it's like, when you send a text message and tone and expression is often misinterpreted.
Yep.
And, it's like, when you're in a room with someone, you can, you get so much in terms of like body language and warmth or coldness or whatever it is that, you can't, you seems lost in translation on this interface. But I hope it's not the future that we're resigned to forever just yet anyway.
I know. It's kind of crazy. We're talking about this show that's set in the late 1600s. Here we are on Zoom, in so many ways. Wanted to get started. First of all, I want to know where you guys filmed this and all, because literally the setting looks like a character in the show. It's amazing. I wanted to get your takes on what was it like to be on set, because they would feel, I'd imagine, like that would create the world for you just being there. It would help your characters ease into it. So I guess I'm going to start with James. What was your initial kind of impression of being on set and what it was like meant to be placed in that world?
Oh, it was mad. I mean, Isabel, who designed The Revenant, she built the whole set from scratch. She used authentic designs to build the Wendat village. She, it was nuts. Like it was just all kinds of ridiculously skilled people from all departments, from Anna, who made the costumes, from authentic fabrics, to Rejan, who created wigs for us, which gave us real hair which moved and felt like
they were the best wigs ever.
Really? Extraordinary. Yeah, I mean, just extraordinary craftspeople, artists, designers, and all in the task of building a world within which we as actors could immerse ourselves and believe and try to use our imagination and belief to experience the situation and hopefully connect an audience to the situation.
I thought we were shooting literally where it takes place, right? And the forest is so different. Like I think maybe I'm one of the only cast members out of the main cast who's actually from Canada, but and from the eastern side as well of like North America. And even as you travel through there, and if you go up the St. Lawrence, the difference in the forest is like, I could tell the difference. Like if we shot it anywhere else in Canada, if we shot it even in upper New York State, it would be different from where we were in Quebec. And I thought that was really cool, because we didn't have to pretend we were in Quebec. We were in where it was taking place, and it was pretty treacherous to work. It wasn't like a cushy little gig. It was pretty hard. Like we had our base camp at the bottom of a mountain, and we had to travel up to go to some of the sets, and we wouldn't come back down until we were wrapped for the day. And like if you would order my favorite meal is my grilled cheese with pickles. And when I would
That's
order
simple.
that, it would be like it was like, okay, I'm putting in my order now because it'll be here in like 2 hours when one of the like, little cars can come up or whatever. So it was like, it was hard. And the bugs were insane in the summertime.
Wow.
But are you laughing at my grilled cheese?
Wait, was it warm? I mean, after 2 hours, did it even taste like grilled cheese or what?
I don't care at that point. I don't care. When you're up there, it's like whatever.
Give me my grilled cheese now.
Christian, did you feel like you guys got used to a simpler way of life too, in a lot of ways, being on that set and seeing kind of the dynamics of it?
I mean, I wish that I wish I could just say yes, but probably not in any lasting way, unfortunately, because I would love to be content with a simple, a simpler way of life. It's sort of a constant battle, internal battle to be in search for simplicity or whatever. But yeah, I mean, it was there was certainly we did experience it for the time that we were shooting the show, and again, like I think that's something that I was kind of so interested in with the character, is that it's so simple. Life was so simple, and the objectives of the day were so sort of like
get food.
yeah, exactly, yeah. Survival was such a simple thing, and yet so difficult, so difficult to achieve, so sort of oppressive and hostile, and something that's that was I don't know if this is any of this is making sense really, but
it's all making sense. It's your real experience coming through. Yeah,
it was just to get into that mindset of somebody that just has to survive, and that has very, certainly with a contemporary outlook, you would see as very simple wants. That was really, really amazing, actually, to sort of to reduce the character down to, or not the character, but to reduce the sort of the wants of the character, the day-to-day wants of the character, down to something, to these small things, was really interesting, because it's certainly not like that these days. There's so many different things that populate your existence.
James, I was going to ask you, was there anything really startling about this show, whether on set or off set, that you kind of, it took you back in a sense, and maybe gave you a perspective on something?
Well, the whole thing was an opportunity for perspective. I wanted to experience the oh, am I on mute? No, am I?
No.
Am I? Can you hear me? No.
We can hear you.
I wanted to experience the distance, actually, of going from Europe to North America. So I traveled by cargo ship from Liverpool to Halifax, and then by train from Halifax to Quebec.
I didn't know that. Did you really do that?
Yeah.
Wow.
A week.
Yeah, which was amazing. So yeah, so it took a week, and obviously, that it would have taken Christian and my characters, a lot longer than that. We probably would have taken them around sort of 2 months. But for me, who's well, for anyone in the 21st century, you'd go by air, right? Which is a few hours.
I sat in business class.
A week feels like, relative to a 5-hour flight, 6-hour flight, it feels like bloody 8 weeks. So and that was incredible. I mean, that was very I mean, I can't say what specifically it did, but it was very perspective altering. Yeah.
I remember you saying, James, that every day when you would wake up and you'd go and sit and watch the sunrise, and it just sounded like the most incredible experience, and like such a great thing to have done. It
was wild. Probably the moment I kept a bit of a diary, but probably the moment that most stands out was the moment that I saw land again, because having gone for 7 days without seeing land, also there's no birds out in the middle of the ocean, so you stop hearing bird song, you stop seeing any form of life. I mean, also Duque would probably have been, you know, below deck, so he probably wouldn't have even seen the ocean. But was it? Yeah, it was. Yeah, that really shifted some things for me, sort of internally, in terms of thinking about time, I suppose, and time being really quite a different experience for 1690, or
Wow.
you know, late
Well,
17th century.
thank you so much, James, for sharing. I know I got to fly to another room. I'm not taking a boat or anything, but thanks for sharing that stuff, guys.
Wait, what's your accent? Where are you from?
Oh, Chicago.
Yeah, I knew it. Okay.
Chicago by the way of
Well.
Poland. Yeah, there you go.
Well, you can hear my Canadian accent, right?
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah,
We're all from
yeah.
different parts, so it all
Yeah.
works.
All right,
Christian,
nice to meet
pleasure.
you.
Take care, guys. Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
man.
Hey, Jim, we're going to be moving you back into the waiting room for your next interview. And for my talent, you guys have about 6 minutes until the next interview, okay? So, Real Talker, we're moving you out back to the journalist's room.
Cool. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.